Gran Turismo, big shock here, people. Gran Turismo has been delayed to next year. Shock.
Okay, sure.
Shock that Yamauchi actually delayed a game.
What game?
Yo,
Sorry, you cut out.
Yeah, Gran Turismo.
Oh, yeah. Surprise. Has it ever not been delayed?
Always been delayed because Yamauchi's probably in there making sure every tire is just exactly correct. You know, that guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah, the only thing he's not making sure that's correct is the damage on the cars. Every car crashes the wall and they're pristine.
Yeah, that's on purpose, right?
Oh yeah, because it's because they don't for certain car companies to give their license, they often have the request that they don't want to see their cars smashed. So that's why.
Yeah, why do you think Burnout's full of fake cars? You know?
Yeah, Burnout has a whole bunch of fake cars. They blow up, explode, the fenders come off. Same thing with Grand Theft Auto, right? The cars get all destroyed because those aren't real cars.
Yep. Pretty crazy.
That explains. I've actually been curious about that.
Yeah, that's why. There are some games with real cars that do get destroyed, but it's very rare.
What about what's that game? The Xbox one.
Forza, they don't really take a lot of damage, to be honest. They do take damage, but not a lot.
Yeah, they're not like to the point where like you're on a fender or something.
No.
You're not a fender, but
those are real cars. Real vehicles. But the real reason I wanted to bring this up, not just because the game got late. Expect more of this. More of this year. There's going to be way more delays, right? And the reason they cite it is the reason everybody cites the Rona, right? Rona, this, that, the other thing, delaying us, right? And I think there was another game that was delayed for the same reason. Again, this week was nuts. But there was another game that was delayed. Actually, another game got fucking completely canceled for now. We'll talk about that in a bit. Here's the thing I want to say, because obviously it is very upsetting, particularly if you bought a new console, there's nothing to play on it. Yeah, it sucks, and it's going to be even worse this year because there's always that lull on games. But by the time next year comes around and the year after that, we're going to be swimming in fucking games. So it's going to be a good problem to have. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, it sucks right now. We don't have new games to play on our new systems. That's why we're all playing fucking PS4 games and Xbox games. But the time will come when we're going to have that renaissance, that flood of games are just going to come. So, just be prepared for that. Just hit the backlog, and you'll be all right. That's what we're doing.
I say this. Why, and again, you do have the ability to play old games really nice and fancy and, 60 frames or whatever. But I feel like at the same time, why invest? Why invest in a new console at this? Well, granted, you can't even invest in a new console at this point in time because you can't even find them at any store. But I say, why chomp at the bit? Why go crazy about not being able to get a new console when at this point in time you're pretty much going to be playing all of your old titles just with maybe in boost mode or whatever mode you want to call it on either Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah, people like shiny, man. They want the new.
People like shiny, but it's not shiny. It's not any fucking shinier. It's the same shit, just running at a higher resolution at a better frame rate.
Yeah,
it doesn't make the textures more detailed unless they put a patch on top of it. Half those games don't have patches.
I think some people just want to have the console. My cousin, for example, he was actually legit. He's not an anxious guy, but he was having some kind of anxiety because he couldn't get the PS5 because he's been trying to get it for a fucking month. He finally, went to, even though I don't own devices, he finally went to some fucking scalper and just bought a console because he couldn't stand it anymore.
And that's how they get you because the demand is so high, right? Everybody's chomping at the bit and losing their minds trying to get this shit when they really could just be waiting. I don't know. I feel like it's great to have excitement, but what is there to be excited of for other than having a shiny plastic new box and sitting in your house? That's about it.
Man. It's why do people have to wait online to go see a movie when you just go the next day? No, I need to be first.
I need to see this on Friday.
Yeah. It's like, I'll wait till Sunday.
By the way, I'm that guy.
See, there you go.
I'm that guy. I'm like, listen, I'm not seeing it Friday. I'm not seeing this movie. To see how it turns out. If I don't see it on opening weekend, I don't see the movie at all.
hilarious thing about it is that because nowadays it actually pays to see a lot of these things to get a lot of some content out of the way early because motherfuckers on Twitter. Look at I see that.
Yeah,
the motherfuckers on Twitter can't keep their mouth shut.
Yeah.
Well, every single bit of the stuff that's on there. Don't. Yeah, I'm sure it's coming up to what is it? It's almost coming up to 12 o'clock right now. I'm sure motherfuckers are gonna be spoiling WandaVision all over the goddamn place.
Yeah, but check it out. Logic wins. He goes. He's answering your question, Manny. He says he wants to play Yakuza Like a Dragon, Judgment, and Mass Effect Legendary Edition. All those are on PS4, bro.
You can play them already.
All those games are on PS4, and to be honest, I mean, again, you're talking about wanting to play a bunch of old games. Well, maybe not Yakuza. The new Yakuza is new,
yeah.
But that PS5 version comes out sometime in March.
Yeah, that's
so all those games he named obviously are PS5 upgrades, but they're games you can play on PS4.
But I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't be excited because maybe you never played Mass Effect before.
Hey, listen, he's keeping it real. He says he wants the shiny.
But again, it's how much shinier is that Mass Effect game? It doesn't not going to look that much better.
Now, have you seen the lens flare? It's very shiny. They added more of them. They added more of them. I mean, granted, the whole game you just play as a lens flare. You don't even play as Shepard anymore. You play as a lens flare.
Granted, you do see improvements on Mass Effect 1 because that game constantly needs improvement.
I actually heard they tweaked some of the gameplay, which is good because that game, bad.
I heard that. It's a lot of the shooting controls. They probably equalized them between all three games. My guess is. But again, like I don't know. At this time, I'm like, it's to each his own. But at the same time, it's like you could just wait. When they actually have effective showcases of what these consoles can do. When we're starting to actually see Ratchet and Clanks, and when we're seeing, what Halo actually looks like when it's fucking finished. So,
yeah,
it's almost like this launch is a teaser for whatever's going to be coming. It's like it's like you're getting a preview, but not really the legitimate release until everybody's able to go out to the local store or online to get their new console and their fancy new game that looks good on it.
Yeah. All right.